Hello, I'm Rich Dean with West Coast Collector Cars in Oregon, and today I have an ultra cool 1936 Ford hot rod pickup, and this just might be one of the coolest 36 Ford trucks you'll ever find. Built by a local motorcycle builder here. Built the shop truck, or built the truck for his shop truck to kind of advertise his little business, and he did a fine job on it. It's very cool. I owned it myself for about 10 years, and he wanted it back, so I sold it back to him. He's had it a couple years, made some nice changes to it, and now he's ready to sell it. So I probably should buy it back. It's just really cool, and it's ultimate. But let me take you around, show you some of the fine qualities he's done to it. It's got a lot of different things going on, so I may not be able to hit all the points to it, but this is a 1934 grill, as you can see, and he kind of left it old. It's really a traditional hot rod style, but it's taken a few cues from the rat rod world. And I wouldn't call this a rat rod unless you wanted to call it a high-end rat rod, which almost doesn't make sense, but at any rate. So you got the Ford logo here, but you got the Dodge Ram here. And the reason being, of course, is because we've got a 1955 270 Dodge Hemi V8. That's produced about 225 horse. It's been all rebuilt and everything. And he's added these 3 deuces on here with the Offenhauser cast manifold. But I love all of the, the finned aluminum, even down in the tray there, and of course these valve covers. Did some nice work here making these wire covers. He just did an excellent job on it. It's very, very cool. You'll notice these finished off holes here, kind of lends to that sort of pre-war aircraft looking style. These right here, these are the turn signals for the front, very subtle. So you got turn signals. Of course, the truck is completely street legal. Sits real low. I'll tell you about that here in a second. The wheels are cast, and they are SoCal Speed Shop brand, and these are actually, all the wheels, this is a traditional knockoff here. And they're sort of a salt flat style, I guess. Mostly cast here, and then you got a nice bright work trim ring. These are Excelsior racing tires, which you don't see unless you kind of in that hot rod realm of this era. But the paint is it's almost black. It's kind of a really deep gray, nearly black, satin finish, and it is paint. It's not primer. This is paint. This is very quality paint. Did an excellent job on it. All the pinstriping and graphics that you see on the truck were completed by a Portland area pinstriper. He's kind of semi-retired now, and he's got a 2 or 3 year backup to do any work, and he's the one that performed this. He's professional and does an excellent job. His name is Mitch Kim, but you got some of the traditional pinstripe work here, and really cool looking rocket. I'll take you in on that. Now, this truck does not have any windows, and it doesn't even have a provision for them, as you can see here. And suicide doors, of course, so let me take you in the interior. This nice red vinyl here, and the bright work piece here. You can see it's machined and everything. Kind of going with this old aircraft styling here with the holes. Comfortable bench seat, and that is an actual 410 shotgun for the shifter. Pinstriping and so forth on the glove box door. Doors close nice and even. Now this truck has been chopped 6 inches and channeled 6 inches, so brought down here and up here, so it sits real low. It's got a real low, kind of an ominous look to it, particularly if you're if you were coming toward this truck and you saw it on the road, it's going to get your attention right away. It just looks really cool. Back here, the bed, he's done some bed work here with this venting here, and it's been pinstriped as well, and pinstripe little touches and so forth. Traditional pinstriping above the very small back window. But take a look at this bed here. You know, he's got the bed wood that it kind of looks weathered, you know, kind of gives it that look. It matches the truck really well. This machine turned stainless steel, you know, A for Ashcroft. You've got that traditional, again, you know, the aircraft styling and so forth here. You got a little embossing here in the wood just to give a little character. This is your fuel filler here. And the bed does, or the tailgate does come down. It's very small, of course. These are 1959 Cadillac taillights. Always a cool trade on a hot rod. The roll pan finished off nicely with pinstriping. That is actually, when I had the truck, I put this plate on. The L here is for light truck, and I see Lynn has put some, you know, little bullet style anchors for the license plate. Nice touch. Should point out the website to you if you haven't checked it out already. That's westcoastcollectorcars.com, where of course I have pictures of the truck, you know, much like you see here, but I've also got pictures of the undercarriage, and that's important. The suspension, the front suspension is Flaming River. It's the straight axle. It's all chrome. You got the radius arms up there. I'll show that to you here in a little bit. Now, so you got a Dodge Hemi engine, right? So this has made it to a turbo 350 transmission, of course, out of a GM product. You know, you got that 410 shotgun shifter, you know, moving that turbo 350. And then the differential is a Ford 8-inch differential. It's got highway gears on it, so you know you're hitting the big three, and I kind of mentioned that in the text ad. So you know, if somebody says, well, you know, I'm not into Fords, yeah, well, you like the engine? Or I only like Chevys. Oh, well, you know, it's got a Chevy transmission, so you know, who's going to complain? Anyway, that's how I always kind of look at it. Take you in the interior on this side. Of course, you probably noticed on the other side, this leather strap adds a nice touch. That's a 40 Ford steering wheel here, and of course, suicide knob. You can use that if you want. Original gauges in there. It's well constructed. It's well built. And as a matter of fact, this truck has been in a magazine or two in the past. So if you snoop around enough on the internet, you could probably find it. He does some tremendous work with motorcycles, and he kind of built this truck to sort of complement that. And he did a fantastic job. Now, let me take you up front here real quick. Point out, this is chrome radius arms I talked about, and all nice and chrome. Front suspension there from Flaming River, chrome shocks, front disc brakes, boxed frame, powder coated frame. It's a very strong truck. If you actually wanted to haul something in there, you know, put a small motorcycle or something, or a motorcycle trailer on it or something like that, it's got the power and the suspension to handle it. So let's see, what I'd like to do now is I'll hop in the truck, start it. I'll just drive it around the parking lot so you can kind of see it move under its own power. It's got dual exhaust on it, and they're very short, so it's going to sound hot roddy, so I hope you like hot rods. You know, who doesn't? But let me do that for you real quick, and we'll come back and talk a little bit more. Man, I took an extra lap or two for you just because it's kind of fun to drive. I wanted you to be able to see it, you know, turn on both sides. It turns great, steers nice and easy. The brakes work great. Fully functional turn signals and the whole nine. I mean, this is a very cool, very unique hot rod truck. You know, if I can answer any further questions for you about this truck, don't hesitate to give me a call. It's cool. Again, my name is Rich Dean, and this is West Coast Collector Cars. My number is 503-851-6763, and thank you for watching today.